Well, this is where we started. This is the trail that's shown north of and going west from Grove Creek. I'm going to pan over there. There's the Grove Creek shelter. It's actually, the trailhead is not actually where it's shown on the map as far as I can tell, but it's not the worst thing. Here we go. Well, we've gone maybe a quarter of a mile. I don't know. We're up on a bluff above Grove Creek. Some idiot put his coffee cup on a tree here. And you can see the horse trail starts to get going downhill here. It's been going mostly downhill. It's not too bad. Oh, Billy, stop pulling. Well, here it's about a 45-degree angle, but it's only for 30 or 50 feet. Well, we're down to the creek level now, maybe 10 feet above the creek. I don't see any good spot for Wilma to get into the creek. The path has turned to a grass mowed path. Well, here's a ford across the creek. I think I could walk across it here, but as you can see, it's mostly mud. We'll see what happens. I'm not sure what marker 19 is because none of them are on the trail map. This appears to be the small loop going to the creek. We're gonna turn and go more or less west, see what happens. Well, here's marker 7, another one that's no idea where it is. We've been pretty much going south. I thought we were going to go west, but we're mostly going into the sun, so I'm guessing we're going south. There's a trail that goes to the east. We don't want to go back that way, so we're going to keep going south. Well, here's the south edge of the park, I'm guessing, since I can see somebody's house and some farm fields and some barbed wire, which probably is the edge of the park. They're still headed more or less south, a little southwest, right into the sun. Now this is marker 6. Between this and where we took the last spot, we're just up a hill, maybe 100 yards. There's a trail going off to the left, and another one headed back that way. Now we don't want to go that way, so we're going to keep going this way. I wasn't able to get their picture, but there were 2 deer standing in here when we walked around the corner, and they took off in that direction, which looks like another farm of some sort. Stop pulling. Well, I can see a road over there. Here's another footbridge over a gully. I think this is a different one than the one we went over before, but who knows? We're more or less headed south-southwest again. God only knows where the hell we are. Oh well. Well, we're back to marker 5. I think we should have gone here instead of turning to the west there. So we continue to go south, but I'm not sure where in the heck this goes, but we'll see. Well, up the hill from marker 5, this is where the trail goes. It's headed kind of westish, so I think that's where we want to head. It's not like we can get lost in here. A few minutes later, this path is still more or less going west. To my left, which would be more or less south, there's some kind of a building. It looks like all grasslands. Maybe some crops. To my right, which is the north, looks like some kind of crop. Probably corn. Can't really tell from here. Well, here's an interesting conundrum. We've been headed west and a little bit north for a while now. Here's a fork in the trail. The trail to the left goes mostly south and a little bit west. Well, actually, maybe southeast a little bit, come to think of it. And this one more or less goes to the northwest. So, or west-northwest maybe. You can see where my shadow is, so that should be pointing more or less northwest right now. It's about 2:20 in the afternoon. So this is west-northwest. I don't know what the hell this fork goes to. I have to see if I can see anything on the map that looks like this. Well, here's marker number 4. We've probably gone another 100 yards or so. This trail either goes to the left, which would be kind of southwest, or you can ford the creek and go northwest. I'm going to take the beagle down there so she can get a drink and see if it's fordable here. Well, Wilma was thirsty, so this was a good place to go. Looks like it's fordable. My boots are 10 inches high, so I think I can get across here. If not, we can go along the trail some more. Let's see what happens. Well, I decided it's a little deeper than my boots are tall, so we're gonna keep going. Well, we're still following along the creek. It's to our right. Haven't gone very far, maybe a quarter of a mile. I think I see another hiker up there, a birdhouse. Well, maybe we'll see if he knows where we can cross. Well, we've gone another, maybe a half a mile, I don't know. The creek is still to the right of us. The hiker we saw was on the other side of the creek. We waved at him, yelled hi. That's about it. He had a brown dog with him. We've been kind of going uphill a little bit. You can see the trail on the other side of the creek over there. There's the creek bank. And here's our trail. It looks like it's going to turn and keep following the creek. Okay, here's marker 3, where I see another ford. This is the trail we're on that goes kind of west, and this one goes off to the left here, just kind of south. I have no idea whether that's a trail or a maintenance road or what. It looks like it's a road, but I don't see it on the map, but not even really sure where we're at. Over there in the foreground you can see some kind of a road, so I'm guessing we're getting to the far west end of the park. I'm going to go try the ford out and see what we get. And well, this one is quite a bit, the water is running quite a bit faster, which probably means it's shallower, and it looks shallower. So this might be a place where we could come back and go across if we had to. I want to keep going down towards that road and see where that goes, but I think this must be the ford just before the edge of the park. Well, we're still going along the south side of the creek. There's a little island in the creek. Looks like I could afford here if I had to. It's pretty fast, you can see it. It's moving. It's pretty shallow there. Well, I can see a road out there. Here's another path. Kind of goes off to the west. I don't know where it goes. We're going to follow the creek to the right here. It kind of heads north. Well, a nice footbridge over the creek next to the ford. So, I'm not sure which ford this is, but we'll be able to get over without getting wet. Of course, the creek beagle probably wants to go in the water. There she is. This is an interesting bridge. Boy. Well, we'll see what happens. A lot of the things are missing. Here's the creek beagle deciding to go on the bridge, I think. Well, Well, a trail marker number 2. To the left is more of a field. To the right, I think, might be another ford. We're going to go to the right because that's where the creek is. Well, this is marker 14. I don't know if you'll be able to see this in the video. I haven't tried videotaping this stuff before, so it should be interesting. Here's a ford that goes back across the creek. I think this is the one we decided we might be able to make if we had to, but then we found the footbridge. So I'm going to go down here and let Willie get some water, and then we'll come back and keep following along the creek.